you remember how many years have you been at college right now?
2 years.
So you're in your second year of college. Should we start on a positive? It's all positive. Should we start with a real good positive?
Yeah, please.
Are you enjoying it?
Yes, I do.
I haven't paid her to say that. You enjoy coming to college. She's a bit tired today. She was partying yesterday evening, and it is Friday, so she's normally quite on it, aren't you? All right, but you know, standing up in front of a lot of people, obviously it's a big deal, isn't it? So yes, so Emily, how many days a week do you come to college? 4 or 5?
5.
Okay, so Emily has 5 days a week at college, and as Fiona said, I had some concerns, lots of concerns, and I think it's fair to say that I think most every parent would have concerns before their young person goes to college. And it's interesting that there's lots of transition workers here today. I think that's an important thing, because coming to college is the next stage, isn't it, from school. It's a big step to take. There's going to be lots of questions and things that as parents certainly that we have about that, and I think it's all part of growing up, essentially. And it's always scary to move on to the next thing. I mean, you know, we just love and want it to stay in that comfortable place where everything's nice and we like it and we've got used to the member of staff. But, you know, we all have to move on. And so it's important that we work together, I think, as much as we can to do that. And I've got to say at the outset that this college was not our first choice. We wanted a residential placement because what we saw when we went there in terms of day-to-day curriculum was excellent, was Ofsted outstanding. But we didn't get the funding, and so we had to revisit that decision. We could have gone to you know, and sort of gone further down that road. But actually, when we came back to the drawing board and we decided to have another look at college, and I think what was key in that as well was meeting Emily's tutor, who's been excellent, Caroline Gledall, to have a chat with the person who was delivering the curriculum, and then to step back and say, well, what are the benefits going to be of being in a local college, and can we make it work? So meeting the tutor was, for us, very, very important. They're the people that deliver it, day on, day in, day out. And you know, you get a feeling about people, don't you? You need to know that you're going to be able to trust, because we're moving into an adult environment that's got a few open borders and different things. It's not as safe, I don't think, as, you know, if you like, as school is. And oftentimes it's bigger, and the people there are grown-up, real grown-up people. So, you know, it's a big change. But I think essentially what all parents want to know is that the child's going to be safe, their child's going to be happy, they are moving into an environment that is going to teach them and not babysit them. They don't want to be thinking, I'm going to be sitting colouring all day, because you can have all sorts of preconceived ideas in your mind. You want to know that there is going to be an outcome to this, because college is not forever. And I think parents here of young people with special needs will probably agree that we can't afford the luxury of living in the today and think, well, that's okay, we can chill out, they're at school. We have to think a year or two ahead, don't we? Am I on my own? Yeah? We have to think a year or two ahead. So when we start college, in a way, we're already kind of thinking, what about after college? And that was one of my big questions. So I really hope that in all of this journey that college really are going to do an excellent job with pathways into work and employment, because college won't be forever. But that's where we are now. We're in college and it's all good. And I was delighted to find out that there were learning outcomes here and assessments and something to work towards. And I think it's fair to say that you've done a lot of different things, haven't you, that have all involved growing up. And what kind of things, Emily? Because this year we're only 3 months into college. What kind of things did you like doing? What kind of things do you like doing at college? What's your best things? Talk loud so that everybody can hear.
Well, I like doing healthcare, music and dance.
Right, that's the good day. That's the one. That's the West. Anything else? Because you told me a load of other stuff. Can you think about any other kinds of things that you do at college that you enjoy?
Computers and dance.
Yeah.
And I like doing Around the World in 18 days. Around the World in
80 days. That's the piano project that's in the foyer, the urban piano project. Some different things there. But you told me, Emily, that you enjoy being a grown-up here, don't you?
Yeah.
Moving into the adult world. And one of the things that she does say is, I've got decisions to make and I've got responsibilities. And that's something that I've found with college, that we are really thinking about adult things, decisions, responsibilities. with, you know, with being a grown-up comes some responsibilities, and I think college have worked hard on that to help you to have an experience that allows you to grow up, because, you know, you've got to think about what you want to do when you finish college, haven't you? So Emily's done a whole range of things, and I'm happy that what she's been doing has been right for her, and it's enhancing what she's got, the foundation that, you know, there's an excellent foundation that started in our schools. I'm talking about Hilltop Special School. I'll be specific because it's, you know, flying the flag for Hilltop. Emily actually had a mainstream experience to 16. It was interesting, it was stressful, particularly in the comprehensive years. And you know what, she left with a few GCSEs, and that's all great, but here she's learning more foundational skills, how to cook a meal, things like that, because at the end of the day those certificates won't make her something to eat when she's hungry. So that was all interesting, and I'm not saying it was all bad, but it was very stressful. I'm not sure we would do it again. I think the price emotionally paid was too high, and there wasn't enough training and money put into the mainstream. However, we did have a fabulous experience from 16 to 19 at Hilltop. So they already put foundational things in that I think college can and have springboarded off. So some of the stuff, maybe she's repeated when she's got here, but that's all good, isn't it? Because, you know, you've got to keep doing things, haven't you, by repetition to learn. But we've certainly seen you grow up, and, you know, you take responsibility now for things like getting everything in your bag ready, things like that, and really caring that if Caroline's asked you to bring something tomorrow, that you've got that. She actually cares. She didn't used to care. She's like, you do it. So I think you're really trying, aren't you? And we've been really pleased with that. So let me just have a look then. So some of the benefits, actually, I think, for being at the local college as well, is that Emily's been able to, and this was another factor in our decision, actually come up with her friends from Hilltop School and then make other friends. So she's got those local links, which was always a factor in it, you know, but there's no perfect solution anywhere, I've got to say that straight away. I understand that, I think we all understand that. You've got to go with what you really feel is going to be the best thing for your young person. And you can attend college with your boyfriend as well, can't you? You know, same boyfriend that she's had since Hilltop, so that's really good. So we think you've settled down, haven't you? Yeah, and you're reaching your full potential here. I'm just looking, I'm thinking, have we covered everything? And you've, like I said before, a lot of it's based on things like kitchen hygiene and things like choosing the correct shoes and clothes and things like that, you know? Stuff that's really going to enable them. And one exciting thing that you're doing right now, just to finish, because I know that other people want to talk, what have you done this morning that you started doing on Fridays that's really going to help you in the grown-up adult world? What have you started doing? How do you get to college on Friday?
I do my travel training.
Travel training, which means that you don't get that nice bus coming to the door for you every day, not on Fridays. So you have a support worker from college who will come to the house, and then you do the travel training. So that includes everything from leaving our house, all the road safety, all that kind of thing, all the way to getting the bus, covering things like stranger danger and all those concerns, because it's not just about knowing which bus to get, or there's not, actually when you break it down it's quite complex. And then doing the same return journey, and you've done that for a few weeks now, and I think that's going to be a really good goal for you, to one day be able to get on that bus. Do you think that's good?
Yeah, it is.
So just in finishing, Emily, is there anything else you'd like to say, or are you completely happy with college?
I think I'm very, very happy and excited to be in college.
Yeah, she never says she doesn't want to come, and I always think that's a mark of a good place to be.